It is football, right?
Big win for your team last week, but coming back home to face another tough task in the Missouri Valley, which never gets any easier.
Yeah, it was a great win. Anytime you win on the road, it's especially in this conference, it's great. But yeah, you don't have much time to celebrate because you got to retool and refocus on another really good football team who had a bye week last week, so they have a little extra time to get ready. So. And we all have that advantage. We'll have that advantage down the road, and most of us have it. So it's just all part of it. But yeah, this team is very capable and very dangerous. Actually, one of the better offenses we've seen. The Bison were really good. Eastern Illinois had some guys. The Western quarterback was really good. But this guy's a really good player. He was injured when we played him last year, and the backup played. But this guy he's a big, strong arm guy, and they have a really good back. They have two good backs, really. They have, a faster guy, and then they have a big downhill runner, Kansas State transfer. So good players. They're always since I've been here, they've always been very skilled, at the skill positions on offense particularly. But a good defense, big up front, 4-down team, good team, play hard. So we'll have our hands full, no doubt.
Going for a lot of yards, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, they know how to throw it there. Very well coached, and yeah, they have obviously their players. Their players are very good, and they have I forgot to mention the tight end. I think he's one of the better tight ends we've seen this year. He's very talented and I think he can catch, and they play with multiple tight ends as well, and put them in different spots and keep you kind of guessing what they're gonna do out of that stuff. But good team, man, really good team. So. Well, they're physical. I mean, they're big guys. I mean, they're hard to move, and they're big. They're big up front. They're stout, and yeah, they're good. They're a good front seven for sure. Linebackers are good players. Yeah, so really good. Experienced secondary. Yeah, last year was oh my God, that was a crazy game. But that was last year. But yeah, it was a lot of fourth down, 5-6 times, and then two 2-point plays. I mean, I don't know if you'll see a game like that again, but I hope it doesn't that kind of game, so we can. Oh, it'll be a good game. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, there's a very good team. So.
Southern was really a good win for you, though. I mean, you went out there on the road.
Yeah, we didn't expect that kind of game. Obviously, we were expecting a dogfight, and coming down to the last possession of the game, I told our players that you have to be ready for that, and much the same as this week. I mean, this game could come down to the last possession like it did last year. So, yeah, I just didn't expect that, and some fortunate thing happened for us, and we were able to pull away there at the end of the game. In the fourth quarter, second half, and we're able to, put the game away. It was yeah.
I think that game underscored the importance of having, you talk about having an opportunistic defense forcing turnovers and whatnot, but you need to have an opportunistic offense that capitalizes on those. And you had 24 points scored off a missed field goal, an interception, and turnovers on downs.
Correct. I mean, you have, it's opportunity, period, and, when good teams, when you present them those things, we should be able to turn them into points. And if you don't, you're going to struggle. And we did a pretty good job of that Saturday night. You're right. I call them critical situations in a game that come up, and you got to win those battles, those critical situations, segments of the game. And we did majority of that Saturday night, so that's why the score was the way it was. But on the other end of that too. So it's something fun for sure. But
is that a learned behavior in a lot of cases, or is it just timing the way?
Yeah, I think you have to learn. I mean, yeah, I think it's a learned habit. Of finishing games. Expect and understand. When you're in that situation, some players just play. I mean, they call plays. What's the next play? I get as many yards as I can and if I'm on offense or I'm on defense, I'm going to try to get a tackle for whatever. Instead of just talk about as a team when you're in the huddle or before you take the field, hey, this is a situation, we're backed up, or we're in the red zone, hey, you know, or we're in the huddle and it's 4th and 1, we got to convert this, you know, and or if you're on defense, it's the opposite, hey, we got to stop them here, and we had a lot of those situations Saturday night, and we're able to win a lot of them. So, and that's part of the formula of having a winning culture is being able to win critical situations. We're able to do that.
Teams were really good again. I thought, coach, and I think they kept us in good field position, making them drive a long way. Even though they had some big plays, they didn't score.
Right. I mean, I thought our both our kicker and punter are doing an excellent job of first for our kickoff team. You know, Ian does a really good job of placing the kick. He kicked the most amount of the end zone on Saturday night, but if it's a little short, if it's returnable, it's usually in the right spot, and it's not a lot of field to cover for our cover team, and that's what you want. And our Hayden is Futch, our punter, is a young punter, is a redshirt freshman from Georgia. He's done a great job of punt placement. You know, he puts it really, you know, at the numbers or outside, you know, close to the sideline, and puts a lot of air on the ball, and so the directional kicking has been pretty good. And so far, so good with protection. But you know, this is a new week. We'll be under stress, I'm sure, and but we have to do it again. But yeah, special teams continue to get better. We've been able to keep the same guys. You know, like the same pool of names. Even some guys might not be starters, but they play, and we have the same pool that works. And they have a lot of game experience now, and doing well, and keep improving. So I hope that stays the case.
Must be back to about what you thought he would.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, it's Ty Niekamp. You know, he makes a lot of plays. And you know, sometimes you wonder how he makes these plays. You know, because but he's, you know, he's such a hard player. He plays hard. He's a really smart guy. He's physical, and you know, he's a little bit better athlete. I think people give him credit for, and he's a physical guy. He's got good length. You know, he's a longer guy. Has long arms. You know, he's you know, close to 6'3", probably 6'3" plus. So that's nice to have. And when especially in the passing game, when you're dropping him, or even when he's activated in the rush, he's a guy that can get to the quarterback. He's shown that as well. So yeah, he had a heck of a game Saturday. And I thought our young freshman pass rusher, you know, Ben Harmon had he's a true freshman now. It's not a redshirt freshman. He's a true freshman, and he went in a game and really got after their front and made some big plays in the passing game. When he didn't get a sack, he was really close to hitting the quarterback or getting close, and the pressure was he did a really nice job. Going to be still, I think, is just scratching the surface how good he's going to be down the road. He's only 18 years old, and he's 6'6", and he's 45 pounds. He's going to be when he gets to 280, 290, he's going to be a grown man. He's going to be hard to handle, you know. So, but he did well. You know, our whole front was good, but another redshirt freshman, Stephen Curtis, you know, he's done some nice things as well, and all those guys play hard up front. I mean, they're hard workers. They bring their lunch pail and hard hat every day, and they got after the passer at the end of the game and made it good. And, you know, the guys who activated from the secondary linebackers did a nice job rushing the passer. Jalen Gaines has had a really good year. He puts a lot of pressure on the passer. He's a hard worker, you know, plays hard, and so that's usually, you know, you hope that's number one on any axiom of any fundamental in football. The number one fundamental is being a guy that hustles and plays hard. So.
You'd probably like to have been around for a little bit longer from a redshirt, but if he plays like again, you got a decision, don't you?
I think he made a decision for us Saturday night. If it's unfortunate, it's not for. I think it's fortunate. You know, I don't know how you don't play him the rest of the year. You know, you're gonna need that kind of pressure. You're gonna need him, even if he's not a starter. You're gonna need him, which he's not. He's a rotational guy, but he is a starter in a certain pass rush group. So, so yeah, we're gonna have to have him. I don't see how any way we're gonna be able to redshirt him, unfortunately. But for us, I think in the long run, it'll be good because he's going to get a lot of experience. So he has a lot of experience already, which is great for a young player.
Last time you're playing Missouri State before they leave to go to the Conference USA, I guess they finally acted on those rumors after all these years of maybe jumping up. Is that the new college landscape we're facing?
I guess so. I don't know. Their situation, but obviously it's a nice town. It looks like a very nice school when we were there, and so I'm sure they have booster money. But it costs a lot of money. I remember when I first came here. I think people had the wrong idea. When I showed up, we weren't. We're not going to move up. That wasn't part of the deal. And all you need is about a couple $1 million, like $200 or $300 million. That gets you just in the door and gets you competitive. Now, if you want to win, it might take a little bit more than that. So it's a very expensive game we play, and but there's a lot of money in the TV part of it, and just a lot of money. Period. So I don't know how it all works, but they made the best decision for them apparently. So that's what they're doing. So.
What are they going into?
Conference USA is what I understand. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's what I heard. Yeah.
All right, Coach.
Any other questions? All right. Thanks for coming.